So now your nerves is built up again.
Right.
Because here we go again. It's like
brand new place.
Starting all over again.
Yeah.
And so they tell me I'm going to Jenkins. I don't even know what a Jenkins is, but it's up above Statesboro, Georgia. And so there, next thing I know, I'm in Jenkins. It's a brand new prison. And I go there. I'm in there about a week, and I'm looking forward to the fact that I can get some tennis shoes off. You can buy them off the store. So I get some tennis shoes, get a CD player, some headphones, buy some CDs, and sure enough, come out of the shower one day, my tennis shoes is gone, and I'm like, "What the hell's going on?" And so I start walking around looking, and there this kid is wearing my damn tennis shoes. And I'm new to this whole prison thing,
right?
And I guess it's obvious to the people because there's an intake dorm. Everybody that comes in this dorm maybe hasn't ever been anywhere else before, and you can kind of tell somebody that's fresh from somebody that ain't. So once I got some tattoos and I went to the next one, and when I got to the next one, oh yeah, he's a damn convict.
Yeah.
Leave him alone. We'll mess with. But so without getting into anything crazy, I got my tennis shoes back.
Right.
And then moved on a little bit further, and I met a guy named Robbie Killebrew, and he was from Warner Robins. And shout out to Robbie. He is in Byron right now. His office, he works. He knew my stepdaddy. He had been to my mama's house and bought a bass boat before. Yeah.
And it's the same stepdaddy that got you the job with the phone company.
No, my stepdad's the one I was working with at the crane place.
Oh, the crane place,
He's the one that lived, Tim.
Oh, okay. Got you.
With mama now.
That's
33 years. That's the biggest part of a dad I've ever had.
That's awesome.
Was him. But
shout out to you, brother. Appreciate you.
Yeah. So another time, CD player and headphones. This another guy in there. I don't know why. Because they're all young kids.
Right.
But when there's 4 or 5 of them, they think they so tough.
Right.
Right. And they're just kids, And I'm trying to be as rational as I can about it. Man, I just want my stuff.
Right.
Oh, man, no. I'm like, well, okay. And then, so we need to go to the back then. Right. Then, you go to the shower.
Right.
You don't fight out there in the day room because then the police is going to come
all
in,
them. Yeah.
So you got to go to the shower behind the wall and fight. So Robbie was in there, and then there's gangs that run each dorm, right? So the GDs was running this dorm, and he wasn't no GD. So the GD says, "No, we ain't doing none of that. We're just going to have to figure out something." I said, "You know what? I'll just move to another dorm. Give me my stuff, and I'll move to another dorm." And Robbie, he heard me say that. He jumped off the bed. Come over there. He ain't going no. Now it's not just me.
Right.
It's me and somebody and all of them. Right. And that changed everything. That changed everything right then. I got my stuff back and I stayed in the dorm.
That's what's up.
Just like that. And then no more problems at Jenkins. So I got to have something. I get my GED.
Okay.
I get a plumbing degree. I get an electrical degree. I get a computer degree. I wanted the job because if you're doing something, it makes your time go by better. So I started cutting grass. And then my mama, she calls the front office and says something to this lady about me working in admin because I told her, I was trying to work in intake where people come in.
Right.
So I got the job in intake.
Right.
And so every time the bus came in, I would see all the new shoes that come in. I would see all, I'm going through everybody's stuff,
Right.
counting it and bagging it and separating it,
Right.
meeting everybody when they come in there. So I'm the first person
They see.
everybody met when they come in that prison.
Wow.
Perfect. It was awesome.
Right.
I got all kinds of stuff.
Right.
CDs, headphones,
Right,
shoes.
right.
I had more shoes in there than I did at home. And it was great, man. It was great for a prison experience.
Mm-hmm.
That was great. And so my mom called the front office and said he wants to. They fired us from intake because the little Spanish guy that was in there with me, was caught selling drugs or something.
Right.
And now, keep in mind, I'm sober now.
Yeah, because I was going to ask you that.
It's a wrap.
I'm glad you went there because, and I'm going to let you get back to that, because I was going to ask you, as a person who's saying, yeah, I'm an addict, this is what I went through, who, as the police were coming to your house trying to lock you up, and you felt like I need to hit this thing a couple more
Trying
times,
to get it high as I could get before I went left.
how did you fight that desire when you're in there with it? Because, I mean, you named all the stuff. You can get this, you can get that. I got more shoes than that. But we know the drugs are in there too.
Oh, they there. And I had no desire. It was gone. Gone. Completely gone. Just like that. Just simple as that. It was gone. I never struggled or figured, God, I wish I had it. Nothing. None of that. None. And people sitting on the bed beside me getting high every day.
Wow.
Every day. Everybody's getting high. You want this? No, I don't want it. I'm straight. Every single day. Every day. And so my mom calls the front office. She's talking to this Miss Marie because I lost my job in the intake. So I've been talking to the orderly that works up there. Right. He said he's fixing to transfer. He's been locked up for 20-something years. He's about to go to a TC. And I was like, man, put in a word for me. Put in a word. And my mom called. And one day this lady called me up there. My mama. I'm in prison. She done pulled a damn string somehow.
As we know, only a mama can do.
So I go to work. I'm the warden's orderly now. And,
you moving on up now, huh? Oh, yeah. Is that the equivalent of a trustee now? You a trustee over there?
Yeah, best detail you can get. Because, listen, every time...
Look here, boss. He ain't working.
Listen, they have functions all the time where they eat. Every time they ate, I ate. Free world food. None of that stuff that, everybody else...
Scraps.
Yeah, none of that.
Yeah.
They're scraps. Yeah. I'm eating their scraps.
The good scraps, though, but it's a good scrap.
Everything, because they don't eat it all.
Right.
You can have everything left.
Right.
I've taken pictures at visitation. I had a camera. I ain't lying.
All of a sudden, you take a picture with what?
They give me a camera and a locker up in the admin where the warden's offices and all of them are.
Right.
And I would go every weekend on visitation, even if I didn't have visitation. They would call me, Dykes, come up to the admin. So I go up there. They see me coming. I ain't even got to ring the bell. And when they see me, they open the door. And everybody by name, most of them's ladies. But I don't know why. Most of the officers in prison are female.
That's interesting.
That's some kind of mind thing, I think. But them guys, it really works. I guess it can go both ways because them boys, a lot of them girls that's fresh out of high school, you paying them $10 an hour. This boy offering her $1,000, and all she got to do is come in with one little thing and hand it to him.
Wow.
That's why so many of them get in trouble.
Right. Well, you discussed the fact that your mom called up there and pull some strings, and
I'm working up there with the ward.
Yeah, working with the warden. And we really got into the fact of how you was able to resist. How that kind of changed, that desire changed, and you're now you're at the point of things that seem like they're okay, they're not as bad. You lost a job intake, but you're over here now. You're working with the warden, and from that point,
now it's going to get to the good part, the best part of the whole thing.
Come on with it.
The best part is I'm working in admin. I'm thinking this is good. I can, it's been 3 years. I've been in prison for 3 years, and I done accomplished a lot of stuff.
Right.
And there was really nothing left for me that I could do there. But I mean, I can keep working up there, for the rest of my time. And I get called one night, 1 o'clock in the morning. Dykes, pack it up. Pack it up. I'm like, what? pack it up. And I was like, what you mean pack it up? You transferring. Here we go again. The nerves getting going.
Anxiety.
Everything you got's in a box.
Right.
So you put it all in a net bag and you go up front. And now I'm just leaving. Don't know where I'm going. Here I go again.
Right.
And I go to Wheeler in Alamo, Georgia. And they said it turns out that they transferred me because I was too familiar with staff. They trusted me too much.
Yeah.
Because I was just like I worked there.
Yeah.
So now at Wheeler, here we go again, starting all over again. Robbie had been transferred. Listen, man, I went in there. I'm in the intake dorm. It's just like I just got locked up again. I walked out of there to go to lunch one day, and somebody jumps on my back. I thought, we finna fight.
Yeah.
And it was him. And
now this is your boy
my
from
friend.
yeah.
He's my friend. And we cleaned his house. Freshen up. We cleaned his house too. To this day. But he jumps on my back and he said, "Hey man," he said, "Well, where are they gonna put you?" And I said, "No." He said, "Well, you need to come to 90 and 5." I said, "Well, how the hell am I gonna come to 90 and 5? I mean, I can't just."
I can't tell them to put me where. Yeah.
Jenkins had 1,500 people there. Wheeler got 3,000 people there. And he said, "Well, it's a faith-based. It's not faith-based, but it's a college dorm where you can take theology." And I said, "I ain't coming in a damn faith-based dorm. Now, I'm a damn convict now.
Sure.
I ain't new to this stuff.
Yeah.
I know what's going on now.
Right.
Because people who go in them dorms is on PC, or they scared or they hiding from somebody or trying to get away from something. I'm not doing that.
Right.
I ain't scared of nothing. I ain't going nowhere. I'm going wherever they put me."
Right.
He said, "Man, you got to come over there. You got to come over there." And I didn't. I went to wherever they put me. And every time I saw him, he was trying to get me in there, trying to get me in there, trying to get me in. And I said, fuck it.
Right.
And that, fuck it, was the best choice I ever made in my life.
Really?
Yeah. Yeah. I go in this dorm. They in there. I'm used to hell raising, smoking, fighting,
Right.
screwing, all that, all this going on around me all the time.
Right.
I go in there, quiet as a mouse. People sitting at tables, reading their Bible, listening to music, maybe doing some push-ups in the back.
No drama.
No drama. Peace and quiet.
Right. Almost like you're not in prison right now.
I was like, what the hell is this?
Right.
Man, I should have been coming here. But here's some requirements to being in this dorm. You got to write sermons. You got to get up and you got to preach that sermon every time they went by bunk. Instead of, at Jenkins, there was 128 people in one room. Here, there's 64. So, it's getting better.
Right.
And Jenkins, they had 4 TVs on the wall, and all of them turned up wide open at the same time.
Right.
And with no headphones. Now, you got headphones, and you could tune in the TV station you want to listen to. That's why everybody's got headphones in.
Right.
And so I said, all right, man, I ain't no dang preacher. I don't know nothing about the Bible. But okay, I'm about to try it. And I started doing it. 2 years went by, got an associate's degree. 2 more years went by, I got a bachelor's degree in theology.
Wow.
And then, the next thing was the master's degree. And I was like, I don't plan on being here for no master's degree. So that left like a year.
Right.
But I don't want to leave the dorm neither.
Right.
I want to stay right here. So I'm on maintenance. I got on maintenance there when I first got there. Robbie got me on maintenance.
Right. Robbie was hooking you up.
Robbie, yeah. He was a plumbing teacher.
Right.
Yeah, but he knew one of the maintenance guys said he's cool. So I met this guy, and I got his name in my phone right now. I talked to him, the maintenance man.
That's awesome.
And I started maintenance. I didn't know how to fix none of this stuff, but I fixed everything.
Right.
Then I became the #1 maintenance man. I'm in my bed. Here we go again at another place now at 2 o'clock in the morning. Dykes, they need you in the kitchen. They can't, the oven ain't working. I'm 2 o'clock in the morning. They go let me get the tool. I go get the tool. I fix the oven. I ain't got Google now.
Right.
You know what I mean, but I figured it out.
Right.
And while I'm here, make me some pancakes or something. And
Might well.
They did. Them ladies took care of me.
Yeah. Well, you got to test the oven. You got to make sure, you know.
Yeah. They took care of me, man. They did. They really did.
Yeah.
Now they calling me all night, every night,
Of
2 or
course.
3 times a night.
Right.
Damn, I ain't getting paid.
Right.
You know, for this. But so now maintenance. Done got my bachelor's degree, and now, you know, I'm thinking about home because it's getting close. You know, it's like 6 months, and it's 5 months, and then we need your address, and you got to get your address approved, and then it's 5 days, man. And then I was in the car with my mom and my sister. Went. Dairy Queen was the first place we went.
It's all right, brother. It's all right. Take your time.
Went to Walmart. And I swear, I felt like everybody in there was watching me like I was going to steal something.
So it wasn't the thing when you go in there and all of a sudden you hear, hey, we got a 259 on aisle 11, and you think,
Man, that's what it felt like. It felt like, because I'm so used to being watched at everything.
Sure.
8 years.
Right.
You know. But then, you know, it just faded away, and now I got everything. And my credit is better than it's ever been.
right,
I got house, truck, cars, motorcycle,
right,
boat, 4-wheeler,
right.
money in the bank. I run a business. I got my own business, one step at a time.
So we're gonna lead into that. Right. So before we go all into that, what I'm understanding is that now you're out of prison. And before we move on, because people got to be wondering, I mean, we heard quite a bit of your activities in prison. What did that feel like? Like, I mean, what did you feel like the first day you came out of there? I mean, you've been through all this stuff now. I mean, you had to fight for things and, you know, all these transitions in your life. What did that first day of freedom?
There ain't no words for it, because it didn't feel right. It didn't feel, because it wasn't normal. You seen, like on Shawshank, when the man locked up 40 years and he gets out,
Right.
he goes back,
Right.
because that's what he knows.
Right.
And, you know, I got a little glimpse. You know, that was my life. 8 years is a long time.
Right. To be doing a particular, yeah. Now,
Same thing every day.
what they call it, institutionalized is.
Yes. Right. And, you know, I was like, man, this is going to take some getting used to. And it took a lot of getting used to, because, you know, I hadn't taken a shower by myself or without shoes on in 8 years. Using the bathroom, I mean, it's not like you got stalls with doors.
Yeah, dividers and all that, yeah.
Seen a lot of bad things in there. But I'm home. And so, and there's some good guys in there, and there's some sad stories in there.
Right.
And I try to stay in touch with a couple of them, you know, people who ain't never coming home.
Right.
You know. And so I get home, you know, my family's been there the whole time, you know. I'm like, well, the first thing I got to do is I got to get a job.
Right.
And my nephew owns a paint business. He's had it for, you know, about 2.5 years at the time.
Well, let's shout them out. What's the name of that paint business?
It's Complete Coverage Painting.
Coverage
Byron, Georgia.
All right. Y'all heard that, y'all. Complete Coverage Painting for you guys out in Byron. Show them some love.
He's got contracts with about 15 different apartment complexes in Perry, Warner Robins, Macon area. Plus, we do houses. So we're busy, and, you know, I hate painting. Hated it.
Right.
That was the last thing. If I could have picked a line of jobs, you know, my whole time I'm in there, I'm thinking, I'm going back to work with Bob as soon as I get home. I'm going right back to where, you know, my heart's at.
Right.
And I could. I could go to work with Bob tomorrow
Right.
if I wanted to.
Right.
And I want to, but I can't do it. And I mean, I've met him. We went flying together, and he's told me what I could make, and it's more than what I make.
Right.
But let me tell you about my nephew. Painting, I hate it. So he says, I'm gonna put you with these two brothers, Cruz brothers. Cruz Brothers Handyman Services. They got their own little LLC too.
Okay.
They're gonna teach you, the ropes, how to do things. I'm like, all right. And he said, but I'm telling you, they bad and they gonna work circles around you. I'm like, ain't nobody ever worked a damn circle around me ever. Right. And that ain't fit to start now.
Right.
And he said, okay. I was like, and so he told them that, and they tried, and they called me Unc, and they got everybody calling me Unc.
Right.
But they ain't never worked no damn circle around me.
Around Unc.
Not me. And so they started showing me. We started doing. First apartment I went in, it had no sheetrock on the walls or the ceiling. They had already tore it out, so I had never done any sheetrock work.
Right.
But I learned how to put in sheetrock. I learned how to mud. I learned how to paint. I learned how to do popcorn. The texture that you have on your walls in there, in your ceiling and walls. I learned how to do that. And because I can do anything.
That's what's up.
Like
you told him in the beginning.
In the beginning. I mean, that's exactly how I feel.
Right.
Still. And now it's just like with everywhere else I've been. If you put in the work, you will reap the benefits. I was at the bottom, starting all over again. And now I'm their boss. And it ain't because I'm his uncle.
Right.
It's because I'm the boss.
Right.
And they all workers.
Right.
There's a difference.
Right.
Somebody working and somebody that can lead.
Right.
Right.
Actually delegate and yeah.
And so now I'm the boss. Got my own work truck, and I start meeting all the property managers, and now I've got a relationship with all the property managers. And I got my nephew, $14 an hour. He started me out of prison. And I'm thinking, I ain't never made that little bit in my life,
right.
But it's more than what I was making for the last 8 years for all that work,
Yeah, because if
for
we
a
recall,
sandwich and an apple.
Right. I was saying, if we recall that at 17, you was making 18.
Yeah. My first job, I made more than that.
Right.
Besides Winn-Dixie.
Of course.
But I was 15 at Winn-Dixie.
Right.
And so he said, I'm not scared to give you a raise. He said, but I can't. He said, you're my uncle and I want to give you more, but I can't justify it. Right. I'm like, I'll earn my money.
That's right.
And then raise. And now I make more than all of them. And he knows that I talked to Bob, and he knows.
Bob wants to.
Yeah, he knows. And he said, I won't be mad at you. And I'm trying not to cry again. But I said, you ain't got to worry about it. You're my family.
That's right.
So I'm building all these relationships, and he said, man, we need to start a cleaning business. I said, I don't know nothing about no damn cleaning.
Right.
He said, I'm telling you, there's some money there. And we talked about it. He talked about it, but he never did anything. And I said, all right, how much does it cost? Because I'm saving money. I'm saving money. Right.
And I imagine from the prison, you learn to do without or live with a little, make a little out of a lot,
I got on a kick. I love shoes.
Right.
So, I got on a kick. Even when I come here, I say I'm buying shoes every time I come here. But every week, I would go buy shoes. A pair every month. Every week, I'd buy some shoes. I got a lot of shoes.
Right.
Some of them I ain't never even wore.
Right.
But I will wear them. And I got something to show for my money, But so I'm saving. I'm trying to go down to the credit union. I got zero. They could pull my credit. I got zero. It's a zero. And I had to go take a damn driver's license, drive a car to get a driver's license again. That was easy. But so a zero credit score. I got money because I've been saving. So she said, you can loan yourself $500 and pay that back, and I forget what kind of loan they call it, but it'll build your credit. Okay. So I did that. And then I'd loaned myself $1,000 and I paid it back, and I did that. And guess I was still saving money, so I went and paid cash for a motorcycle. Then I went and paid cash for a car, and for the Infinity. And then they still won't loan me any money because I don't have any debt, credit, or whatever. But finally, my credit got up to like 7 something, and so they financed my truck. So that's how I got the truck. But I pay cash. I've been paying cash for everything.
Amazing.
Yeah. So I got all these contacts, and I said, all right, well, $300 LLC. I went down there and did it. Started talking to all these apartment complexes, and they say, okay. But now I got to have somebody to clean.
Right.
My nephew's girlfriend was a cleaner at a motel, so I told her I'd give her $15 an hour. And
by the way, for $1 more than what you got coming out, right? Yeah, okay. I see what you did there.
She was making $13 though. I was giving her a $2 an hour raise. That's what I was doing to her.
I see what you did.
And so she jumped on it, and she was awesome. She did a lot, and then I got another girl, and then Nicole decided that it was too much pressure. She's 21, and she can't handle the pressure, the stress, so she quit, and that sucked.
Right.
We had talked about this from the beginning. Okay, we're going to do this together, and eventually you can just run it, and then you ain't got to clean no more, and she couldn't handle it, so she quit. Now I got like 6 different girls that I use. I bought a company. It's Freshening Up LLC.
Now, I'm not gonna let you just shout that out, man, and just move on from it that quick. Tell me real quick. Freshen Up. Now spell that for me so we'll know. If people look this up, how do you spell it?
Capital FRESH, capital N space, capital UP. Freshen Up.
I would say don't look at the card. You told me you know this thing by heart, and I see you peeking at this card over here.
What my logo is. My logo is, I designed this. It's a little house on legs with some high heels, and she's got a makeup compact. And when girls are getting ready, say they're in a restaurant, and they go do something, what do they say they're going to do?
Yeah,
Let me freshen up. So that's what she's doing, and she's freshening up.
I see what you did. Okay, I was gonna say I'm looking at it. The house looking a little sexy over here too. Got a little leg bent and everything. I would say she's twerking and everything over here.
We call her Frida.
Frida.
Freddie is the paint bucket.
That's what's up.
His logo.
That's
Freddie
what's
and
up.
Frida.
That's what's up. I love it, man. And well, let me say this real quick. You got Freshen Up going. And you got your 6 girls. This is after you come out of prison. You start working for your nephew at $14 an hour. You work your butt off. You actually do the working circles around people. You work your way all the way up to the boss. Now you're making the most money. You're making so much money, you was able to pay cash for your cars and everything, and start your own business and get your credit score up, and all of this after what was 9 years complete?
8.
8 years of prison.
I've been home 2 years.
8 years of prison. My thing, Toby, is
2 years, 8 months.
My thing, Toby, is that this doesn't happen for a lot of people. There's not a lot of people that can say, hey, I came out of prison, I did these great things. I got to this point. I started here, and I worked my way back up to these points. What do you think was part of that reason for this determination, this patience, this understanding, all of these things that you utilized? What was one of the main things that you think is the reason why you are able to be a success today? Because you are a success. Let me make sure we understand that. From everything you've been through, you are a success.
I mean, that's Jesus.
That's right.
That's it for me. That's why.
That's what's up.
That one room changed my life.
When you decide to say, you know what, I'm going to go off into here. I
didn't want to go.
Right.
He literally twisted my arm to make me go into this place. Because I thought I thought I had to be tough and stay out there with the tough guys.
Right.
Crazy.
Well, man, I think that's actually amazing, man. Like I said, I definitely wanted to make sure that your story was told, that people got a chance to hear this, to know that no matter what you're going through, you still can overcome all of that. You know, I can imagine the people that have had gone to prison, been through that, might not have made it through, might say, you know what, I'm not gonna make it another day. I just cannot take this. But you went through all of that. You never gave up hope. You know, you kept your eyes on the prize. You kept your faith in God. You had your family there with you.
Family is important.
And you came out and you know, then just sitting, you know, a lot of people come out of jail, you know, man, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that, and I'm changed. And I mean, you know, I was going to say, you know, those prison preachers or whatever, or, you know what I'm saying, the prison scholars and whatever, they've had all this time to read and everything, and they say all this, but they don't actually put the work in. And you came out and you put the work in, and it just shows that no matter what you go through, you should never give up. You never lose your faith in God. You know, you never give up on your family. And this is the things that can happen for y'all. You know, you hear it. I'm looking at his car right now. I'm looking at the house that he's telling you about that he designed. I'm looking at all this. Toby Dykes, owner, okay, for Freshen Up with free estimates on top of that. Like you're doing business so well that you can get free estimates. You
good.
You blessed, man. You truly are. Now, as we wrap this up, is anyone shout outs? You want to let them know where these people can reach you if they need a little bit of freshening up?
Freshen Up LLC 22 at gmail.com.
Anything else?
I mean,
got a phone number for anything?
if you want to, I guess.
Well, look, I tell you what.
Call me after 9 o'clock at night. 478.
There you go.
297-3270.
Call them, y'all. Listen, all you if you even complain, just well, they just wake you up at 2 a.m, fix that oven, so you had no problem. Get up.
Yeah, I'll
my call.
That's one of the things everybody with the painting side of it says is they don't call him, they call me because they know I'll answer the phone.
That's what I'm talking about. And I can vouch for this man. He's a man of his word. Toby, I got to tell you, man, I'm proud of you. You definitely are inspiration to me. You've always been one. And I feel like this story that you just told is inspiration for a lot of other people. They need to hear this. Someone will hear this. And we know how this works. You know, it doesn't have to be 1,000 people. All you got to do is reach this one person that will hear this story and say, then I can do it too.
Yeah, that's all it takes. One person.
And if you can save one person, you know what I mean, then you've been that vessel for, you know, that God needs you to be, you know. And I thank you for the story that you're telling us, because you were so transparent. I mean, all the things that you're saying, you know, you're not worried about judgment and whatever, you know what I mean? You just like, you're letting yourself be open, man. And, you know, I can't do anything but be happy for you about that. So what I'm going to do is, before we let you go, is there anyone or anything or anybody else you need to shout out? Or
first, I'll say real men wear pink and they cry too.
That's right.
My mother, my kids, Brandy. That's really, them are the ones that really make a difference in my life. You.
And I know you. We're gonna definitely give him a special shout out, because we were talking about this earlier. I understand that you have a son that's in the MMA.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he's about Mason Dykes. He's in Nebraska, and he's finna take the world by storm.
That's right.
Mason Storm, coming your way.
Shout out again to Mason, man. Hey, man, we love you, man, and you're doing big things. You got a proud dad here, man. I can see smile from ear to ear every time he's talking about you.
Guess I better go on and say Taylor and Logan's name too.
Oh, you better. Oh, you're gonna have another MM fight.
I don't want no smoke.
I was. You gonna have another MMA fight as soon as you get to the house. You know. Yeah, and shout out Logan, shout out Taylor, man. Shout out to your grandkids, man, because from what I understand, you have 3 adult children and 2 grandchildren.
Yes, JoJo and Everly.
Hey, man. Love
my little mixed babies. I got black in my family.
That's right. Hey. Didn't I tell y'all white chocolate? Y'all thought I was playing. No, man. We love it, man. And shout out to your family, man. Blessings to your families. I know they're proud of you. I'm proud of you. I'm happy for you, man. This listening to this right here makes me feel like the world is not so bad. You know what I mean? The world is not so bad when you see that people can go through this and they can have a complete turnaround and come out and be just as joyful and inspirational as a person like you can be, man.
You know what was killing me earlier is them people sleeping on the damn sidewalk.
Right.
That's it. That bothers me.
Right. Right.
I just don't understand how you can get to that.
Right.
And I mean, that's just giving completely up on life.
Right.
It ain't never that bad to me.
Yeah.
There's a way out of it for them.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. But unlike them, you had the desire to not be that way. You chose. That's not going to be me. And that's why I wanted people to hear you, man, to know that if you are having that feeling, just think about Toby's story. Think about the things that he went through. I mean, just as open he was about it, just think about the things he went through and things he told you that he did. He wasn't perfect. He made plenty of mistakes. But he overcame them. And now he's still here. Started from the bottom, now he's here.
Peace up, A-Town down.
Peace up, A-Town down, baby. We appreciate y'all all for tuning in for another segment, you know what I'm saying, of our show. I want to definitely send a special shout out to Toby Dykes, you know what I'm saying, for taking the time to come in and talk to us and share his story with us. We appreciate everything that he told us, and we're definitely going to take this and we're going to try to apply this to our life. Make sure we're keeping our faith strong, keeping our things tight with our fam.
Ray, I love you, my dude.
Yeah. Shout
Craig,
out.
what's up with that beat?
No doubt. X, you know what I mean? Shout out. What up, Bree? Y'all know how we do. Hey, man, listen, anytime that you want to come back to the Hangout, share some more stories, especially some more stories, you know what I'm saying, in the prisons or the things that you got going on with another business, because I'm pretty sure by the time you come back around, you're going to have another business, probably even two of them.
Talking about something.
Yeah,
Got
so
something in the works.
no doubt. So we appreciate you, brother. I love you, man, and God bless you, man.
God bless you, bro.
My man, sir. And y'all know how we do here in the Hangout, baby. One time, you know what I mean? Welcome to the Hangout. It's going down. And let me go one more time, Toby, before we go. Hey, yo.
Hey, yo.
Sir, holla.